And now, Boom Broadcasting presents SummerSlam Night 2 Kickoff Show. I always wanted to be that guy who was talking it up right before a premium live event. I remember watching SummerSlam, the first ever SummerSlam I got to watch live for my birthday celebration. Got to watch SummerSlam 2005 with Dominic Mysterio having his custody fought for against Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. That was Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan. That was John Cena, Chris Jericho. And I went through that spiel last night for the kickoff show. And if you watched yesterday's show, we went almost 2 hours before Mouth Off with Mike does his watch along. And with as great of a response as we had, not only with the WrestleMania stuff that we had last year, but with the stuff we had yesterday, we're running it back. We're yeet. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. We're doing it all over again. And we are streaming on Boom Broadcasting's Facebook, Boom Broadcasting's Instagram, Boom Broadcasting's YouTube page, Mouth It Off with Mike's YouTube, Mouth It Off with Mike's X, Mouth It Off with Mike's Twitch, and we're doing all the stuff. And Scubba Steve already has the yeet going on. And somebody doesn't love Flamin' Doritos by Tongaloa. Tongaloa's Tribal Chief. We appreciate you guys listening to us, watching us. And we do have some bloodline action. Solo Sikoa is defending the United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. And so we'll talk about everything happening on night 2, but we're also going to do a very quick, brief synopsis of reacting to what happened last night because it was massive. And speaking of massive, this show's too big for just myself. I got some people joining me. And then one of these guys joined me over at WrestleMania when we did the kickoff show. We got the host of Wrestling of Destiny, and it stinks. We got Sean in the building. Sean, what a night we had.
Bro, it was a good night. I actually watched it live. I had some family come in last night, so we watched it live. We had the Mouth Off with Mike and Missy show on the other TV, so both of them going simultaneously. And SummerSlam was so good because my uncle and my cousin who haven't watched wrestling in years, they kind of knew the guys like the Roman Reigns, the Rocks, the John Cena's. They know the brand name guys. But last night to watch it, to see Jay Cargill, to see people like that on TV that they had never seen. I mean, both of them subscribed to Peacock at the end of the night and said, hey, I got to watch night 2. Good night. They didn't know a lot about Seth Rollins. Still, I'm the resident Punk guy on the Boom Broadcasting Network. So seeing Punk win that thing and having it snatched right out of his hand wasn't upsetting to me as a lot of fans were because it's storytelling and it's continuing the story of the feud with Punk and Seth. So I was glad with that. Felt like the Tiffany and Jay match was rushed. Felt like the ladies could have got by at least 5 or 7 more minutes. Was a little hurt about Karrion Kross, but I understand why the loss came. His contract, they have not renewed yet in August. No reason to put over a good win for him over Sammy, and he hadn't signed the dotted line, so could understand why that. Didn't like the comments I saw a lot of people put out on the Twitter machine and Instagram about Karrion Kross calling the guy a bum. I said, I responded back to one guy and said, hey, no, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but you haven't been watching Karrion Kross back in NXT. You haven't watched him on the Indies. You haven't watched what he's done on the main roster with everybody that he's come across with the New Day. Sami Zayn, he's kind of elevated them to a new plateau. So great night 1. Great night 1, Prez. Couldn't complain.
And you mentioned certain cash in, and we did our kickoff yesterday, and this guy from Over the Top Talk decided, hey, I'm going to go be bold with my prediction and say that somebody's cashing in.
Wow.
And as a matter of fact, this guy was right. We got Owen right here. Owen, that was That was a good one. That
Yeah,
was a good
man,
one.
I nailed that prediction. Usually, Triple H usually works me, but I put in that prediction and I was confident with it, and ended up happening. So really happy to see that. I'm curious where they go with the Seth Rollins story, but and where this leads CM Punk, Jay, Roman at this point. And I honestly think we're starting to see our first little glimpses of what the War Games match is going to look like. So, but
Okay.
we're here for night 2 of SummerSlam. So,
Okay. We'll put a pin on that Survivor Series for now, but write it down somewhere, because we'll come back to it, if not on this stream, then in the future, because you're a staple on Boom Broadcasting. You've been on the nightcap a few times with Mouth Off with Mike. You were here for night 1 yesterday. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I thought night 1 was okay. Obviously, you had like a great opening match. Braun Breaker avoided a serious injury. And then you have the main event. You had the main event with Gunther and CM Punk, which was an incredible match. I'm not entirely happy with Gunther taking the fall, except Seth Rollins came back and, he saved the day. And so before I introduce this next question to you guys, I'm going to bring in the host of Quick Hits as well this evening. He's joining us. We got podcast _Smitty in the building. Smitty, good to have you. I am going to pose a question to the rest of the guys right now. And wanted to just ask, with the cash-in happening last night, what do you think was executed better? The 2015 heist of the century, or the 2025 ruse of the century? Shannon, since you were late to class today, as a substitute teacher, you got to go first. You got to be put on the spot first.
Yeah, that's fine. I gotta go with this year. The reason for that, and and before I get into that, where everyone talked about, oh, it's so predictable, and oh my gosh, it was so predictable. No, it was predictable, yes, but the execution of it is what made it so great, because even though we might have thought that Seth was faking an injury, and by the way, wrestling is the only sport where you can fake an injury and nobody get mad. So that's a great thing. But with him doing that, it was one of those things where it's like, man, is he hurt? Is he not hurt? It was still just the way his presence was. He came out there thinking he was just going to rain on CM Punk's parade. Okay, he's raining on his parade. Okay. Seth is hurt. When he turned his back and he did his buff back well, Sean knows what I'm talking about. He did his buff back well. And threw the crutches, took off the brace, and went in there, handled his biz, and did it. That, to me, was great. The heist of the century was cool. That was dope. And how ironic. It was 10 years away from that, right? Really? Really? Is everybody peeling back this onion right here, or is it just me? Because, man, that was great. But the execution of it, 2025 had to be what did it, but it's by a very slim margin.
Okay. Owen, you called it. You saw it happening. Do you think last night was executed better than 2015?
Yeah, mainly probably going to say last night was better executed just because of my age. Obviously, I'm 19, so when the last, heist of the century, I was probably like 8 or 9. So, but I like last night how, even with his music hitting, he walked out. People still thought he was injured. I had people texting me. They're like, oh, Seth's still injured. He's not going to cash in. And I'm like, just hold up. And then Seth's walking back. I love how he dropped the crutches. That'll definitely be a, signed picture on the Fanatics website. And yeah, then, he hits Punk with the briefcase about 20 times. I really liked how they executed last night. And yeah, Seth Rollins is the champ.
Seth is the champ. Steve saying quick hit. Yeah, you can catch quick hits at noon, Tuesdays and Fridays. Shane does a lot of good stuff there. Sean, 2015 or 2025?
Much as I like 2015 because it was unexpected, 2025 is going to always be the one and the better one to outshine it. You know, WWE did a good job this time. They swerved all of us. We all thought Seth was hurt. And kudos to Seth for staying off social media, staying out of the public's eye, because, you know, we live in a day where camera phones, everything, Instagram lives are everywhere. You can see him out somewhere eating a burger at the McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Burger Boy somewhere, Burger King somewhere. None of that happened and got spilled out. So I think this one right here was it. I think Seth, I mean, when he came out, the first thing that came to my mind was if they're going to do the cash in, I could see Braun and Bronson going, beating up Punk, laying Seth on top of Punk, and Seth just holding the title and pretty much saying, hey, I'm the champ. I can hold the title. I don't have to defend. Kind of go in a part-time stance of defending that we've seen with Roman. But when he took off the knee brace, I said, okay, man, Triple H, you guys really did some good storytelling and really did good with keeping Seth away. So this actually will always go down as the all-time one now.
Wow. And I was trying to wrestle with it because I remember, and Owen talked about the age of it. I was a teenager when that heist of the century happened. And I just remember feeling as a wrestling fan, I had no desire to see Brock Lesnar keep the title. Roman Reigns, at that point of his career, he was trying to be molded into the next John Cena instead of the first Roman Reigns. And nobody wanted either of them to wrestle and either of them to win. But when Seth's music hit and the first ever Money in the Bank cash-in happened at WrestleMania, it was perfect. And it had to happen during the match too, which made it so special. And I'll be honest, 10 years later, WWE is still garnering that same feeling in my soul watching Seth Rollins cash in 10 years later, because when Gunther got knocked out with the GTS and was done, I was so upset. I was like, how do you hurt Gunther like that? You're heel. And CM Punk's like this older guy, but guess what? Seth Rollins said you needed to put me in the grave if CM Punk was going to be world champion. And so this was done beautifully. This was brilliant. And Mouth It Off with Mike saying 2015 better than 2025. He's a CM Punk guy, so of course he'd say that. Of course he'd say that. And we're also streaming on Mouth It Off with Mike's YouTube. He's going to be doing the watch along at 6 o'clock Eastern time when SummerSlam goes on. So we're hacking his channels again today. We appreciate Mouth It Off with Mike for allowing us to do that. But yeah, both of these are going to be all-time greats, up there with Edge's cash in 2006. CM Punk had some good ones. Dolph Ziggler had a really good one against Alberto Del Rio. Yes, sir. Mrs. hit me with a Gunther chop last night when Seth won.
That's brutal, man. That's brutal.
So can we see that live on air today during the watch along? I think we need to see it. The people need to see it. But that's
I was looking for one thing last night, Prez. When Seth cashed in and hit the curve stone, you know, everybody's known now in 2015 to thank you so much to Roman. He bowed his head down and didn't say nothing to Punk. I just fell out laughing. Because I said, man, is he gonna break? I said, is he gonna break kayfabe and look at the Punk and say thank you so much? He tucked their head down and didn't say a word.
He's gonna look at him and say, "My bad, man, my bad."
So Mouth It Off with Mike, trying to get 300 subscribers on their YouTube channel, and we could get a live chop. And guess what, guys? We only are 6 away. We are 6 away from Mouth It Off with Mike's YouTube channel getting to 300 subscribers. Can we find 6 people? I mean, can't you just text your buddies and be like, hey, I want to see Mike get chopped by his lady, by the Mrs. Mouth It Off with Mike? You can just text your buddy and be like, hey, I know you don't like wrestling, but I really want to see a chop, and we'll chop it, we'll clip it, and we'll put it out on the web, and it will go viral. And Mouth Off with Mike might have some bleeding on his chest, like Gunther had when CM Punk was chopping him, and vice versa. I mean, this was it was gross, but we need 300 subs now, and we're 6 away. So you might be one of the people watching on his YouTube. You can link one of your buddies there, and Boom Broadcasting is also linking on their YouTube. So it's going to be a fun time, guys. It's going to be a fun time. Sean kind of ran through some other stuff that happened on night one. Owen, I see you're wearing the Yeet shirt. Is there anything else that stood out to you for night one before we get into night two?
Surprisingly, I just want to talk about the Jelly Roll match for a quick second. Wasn't impressed with, a lot of the match, obviously, but I want to give a lot of respect to Jelly Roll because, most celebrities, they'll go in there kind of mailing, just take a paycheck. And this dude, Jelly Roll, got put through a table. So I really want to give props to Jelly Roll for doing that amazing spot. Obviously, Logan had those meta glasses on too, so made it a very good moment. And yeah,
I mean, props to Jelly Roll taking that bump, but I was not enthused with his performance, and I won't rant again, but I had to hop on the watch along last night after that match. Shan, what stood out to you from night one?
I gotta say the work that Sammy and Karrion Kross did in the ring. I really like what they're doing with Sammy and Karrion Kross. They're painting Karrion Kross as that type of guy that is just the thorn in Sammy's side. Now, in this match here, Sammy got the best of him. And you saw antics from Sammy that we haven't seen in a while. So, fellas, is Sammy gonna turn? Is he gonna turn? He's giving vibes like he's going to. I doubt it too. But he's giving vibes like he could turn. Karrion Kross might give him a little bit of, hey, you know what? You have this in you. You can do this. Do it for yourself, Sammy. So I like what is being going on with him and Karrion Kross lately. So I hopefully they keep that going, and hopefully they find a way to get Karrion into the mid-card talks. I would like to see that with Karrion Kross. I think he's got a lot of potential, and he's great on the microphone. He's a great worker in the ring. I think that Karrion Kross will do a great job.
Well, when you have the crystal ball, and by the way, Toby joining us, afternoon to you as well, and Karrion, Killer Cross. Hey, that is man, I loved his Killer Cross gimmick. But Owen, with the crystal ball you had last night, could you see a Sami Zayn heel turn?
Honestly, when he had that pipe, I was like, he's probably just gonna not use it. I didn't think he was gonna use it at all. At this point, I don't know what they do with Cross. I wouldn't be surprised if he just leaves at this point. Obviously, that 3-match trilogy really, all 3 matches didn't really lead anything, didn't really hit, in my opinion. So I think Sammy's, gonna get this push to the moon like we talked about yesterday, winning the Royal Rumble. And Cross, I think we'll see him in a new product very soon.
Sean, you were one who wasn't on yesterday when we were talking about it. Do you think it's more probable for Sami Zayn to turn heel, or do you think it's more probable for Sami Zayn to be the Royal Rumble winner?
Sami Zayn's going to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, the writing's starting to get on the wall now. They're telling that story that he's never been able to win a World Heavyweight title. You really just feel like now this is the setup. He had to go through the cycle with Cross. Now that he's gotten out of that vortex, Cross, hey, guys in the back with the suits on and ties, get the deal done. Get the guy re-signed. His contract ends in August. Get it done. But you feel like that Sammy's now heading on to a different plateau and starting to get on a good elevation streak towards winning the Royal Rumble. And Jay, she swerved everybody last night. Was I the only one who thought, before I saw the whole outfit, that Jay was dressed up like Jay from Mortal Kombat?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't the only one. I said, "Oh man, she looks like Jay from Mortal Kombat."
Oh,
then
yeah.
she comes out with a Jamaican flag. I was like, "Oh man, I was real off on that one." Hey, shout out to Kobe Kingston, man, trolling her for that too today.
Yep.
Wow. And guys, we're telling you, this is a party. This is what we do on Boom Broadcasting as we hack Mouth Down for the Mike's channels, because not only did Owen join me last night, but so did our good friend Derek. Derek joining us as well. Derek, you and I, dude, he changed the figure. He changed the figure.
Man, you heard those
I had to do it, yo. Man, I mean, say what we can say about Sales, man, but he's a revolutionary, and that's how he's doing. He's a visionary.
Yep.
He changed it back. Let's go. Derek, you are more than welcome now. Now that you've changed the figure. Now there should be a lot of other title changes happening this weekend. And there's a lot of titles in night 2, including the Women's World Championship. Naomi defending the Women's World title against not only Rhea Ripley, but Io Sky. And I actually wrote in on my article on ffsn.com that this is a WrestleMania rematch with just replacing Bianca Belair for Naomi. And so I'm going to pose this question to you guys. What do you think after tonight is going to be the better triple threat? Because Bianca, Rhea, and Io set the bar at WrestleMania in the opener, and this could very well open night 2 tonight as well. Do you think this is going to be better than what we saw at WrestleMania? Derek, I'll start with you on that one.
Man, if it's anything like what's been transpired in WrestleMania, I think this is going to be just a step up from it, because now we have Naomi in the picture. I mean, she brings a different dynamic to the match, and of course, Io is going to do her thing, and of course, Rhea is going to do her thing. It's just that now that Naomi is in the picture, you know, she's the wild card. So who knows what she's going to bring up? So.
Shannon?
I think that it'll be about the same, I believe. I still think it's going to be a good match. I really think it is. I think Naomi's title run is going to be really good. I like the fact that she had to cash in at Evolution. She had to cash in there. That was the best thing to me. Having it at the women's pay-per-view for the first time in years. They had the women's pay-per-view, all women's pay-per-view, and she cashed in successfully. That was a great idea. That was very, very good. But this match here, I think, is going to be it's going to be a sleeper match, I believe, because Naomi's heel run has been really good. And now with her being a heel champion, oh yeah, I'm liking this. But it'll be about the same. I say it'll be about the same. It won't be less, but it won't be more. It'll just be right there.
And Jason, the host of 3 from Deep and Sideline Savants that returns this fall, he's watching us, supporting us. Much love to you as well. And Toby saying she's done that before. You know? So, Owen, do you think this triple threat match is going to be better than what we saw at WrestleMania?
I mean, I was a huge fan of the Mania match. Like Shan said, I think it's going to be about the same. I mean, this is one of the matches I'm most excited for because I love all 3 women in the match. I think they put up great matches. We've seen what Rhea Ripley and Io Sky can do in the ring, but you're just adding Naomi. So I think it'll be about the same. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
And Sean, you've been a huge fan of Naomi, and you followed her a lot in TNA as well. Do you like that she's in this spot as opposed to Bianca Belair?
I do, and I think this match, I'm going to be the opposite. I think this is going to be a tier above that one. And don't get me wrong, the Mania one was one of my favorites. All 3 of the ladies in it, Rhea, Io, and Bianca, are 3 of my favorite girls in WWE. But the key thing to this match is we got a heel. The WrestleMania one, we only had 3 faces, so you didn't know who to cheer for. You didn't know who could get heat. Now you bring a heel into the match, Naomi, who's going to be able to draw heat and get the crowd more sucked into it. So I think this one now, having her a heel in the match, is going to just take it over the limit versus the original one.
Now I'm gonna throw an idea out there because Bianca Belair was not on this. Bianca Belair wasn't on. My personal opinion would have much preferred Bianca Belair be added to this match as a fatal 4-way. Derek, I don't think I'm out of pocket for that.
No, I don't think you are. I mean, if Bianca wasn't injured, then that would be a fatal 4-way for sure.
Shannon?
Absolutely. There's more dynamic with Bianca Belair in there, with Jade being her tag team partner, with the beef with Naomi. Oh yeah, that would have been really, really good. I think that's what should have been done, but of course, injuries happen, things happen. So I would have been great.
And Owen, you were 0 for 3 with me when I was trying to replace Jade Cargill last night. I mean, Bianca Belair would have made a really good addition to this match.
Yeah, and I think it also would have made it, not that I'm saying it's not, not that I'm saying it's too predictable, but I think if you added Bianca Belair, it would have made this match a little bit more unpredictable because, with her past with Naomi and with the other 2 women, I honestly wouldn't know who would win that match. So, yeah, adding Bianca would definitely make it more interesting.
Okay. This idea just came on to me. I don't love this idea, but what if Bianca goes and attacks Naomi during this match and everybody's expecting a double turn by the end of the night? What if there's a double turn with Bianca Belair and Naomi? Naomi becoming a face and Bianca Belair turning heel. Sean?
You're out of pocket on that one. You're way out of pocket. WWE is not turning Bianca Belair to a heel. She is their bread and butter, their money maker. She is what Rey Mysterio was for so many years. That's that role, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with me and Shannon and Derek's era. That's what she is right now. They're not going to try to turn her heel. I can see her coming out, getting some revenge, getting that payback, but not doing a heel turn. Not at all.
Shannon, you got to back me up.
Sorry, I'm not that guy. Reason being is because you're not just going to make Naomi a face and have the title like that, man. I mean, that we've learned this in the past year with Cody Rhodes' title reign. You put the title on the face and everyone complains. They're like, oh my gosh, why is he holding the title? Because it's a boring title run. Oh my God. That's all you're going to hear is a boring title run because the face is holding the title, all that other stuff. Naomi's heel run has been really, really good. Cutting that heel run short would be atrocious. Even with someone like Bianca Belair that is due a face turn, which once again, we're here with this again, the face that's going to turn heel. Looking at you, John Cena. So we have that going on, and that's happening. There's going to be a lot of complaints, and I'm going to be one of those people that's going to be complaining because I think this heel run has been really, really good. If she would have had a not-so-great heel run or would have been due for a heel turn for Naomi, okay. But her heel run has been really, really good. I know Bianca holding the title brings a lot of prestige to it and brings in the money. I get it. But give Naomi a chance with this title and give her a chance with this heel run to make her more legitimate.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'll concede. I
get what you're saying, though, Mike. Though I do get what you're saying. Like, I'm not saying that your rationale is totally wrong. I get it, but as of right now, at this point in time, no. Maybe next year. Maybe if we have another two-day event of SummerSlam, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen again. But maybe next year, possibly.
All right. So since none of you guys are agreeing with me, I'm going to just bring somebody else on and see if we can get somebody to
He's gonna
agree
say
with
no
me.
too.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no. Hold up. You don't even know who I'm bringing on yet. You don't even know who I'm bringing
Okay.
on.
He's still gonna say no.
All right. I feel pretty lucky with this one.
Bianca's not
All
going
right.
to.
He was the host of the watch along. He joined us for the kickoff show yesterday. He's joined us for the kickoff show again today. And he might be an Eagles fan, but sometimes we do see eye to eye on wrestling. And that's when the magic happens with my other Mike. Mike, I don't know if you caught this, but I thought of a weird scenario since Bianca Belair is not on this card. And Bianca and Naomi have history. And as a matter of fact, Naomi's the cause of all the drama that happened between Jade and Bianca. What if Bianca Belair comes out? It's a triple threat. So technically there's no DQ, no count out. Technically, Bianca could come out and cost Naomi. And maybe fans just go for the double turn in that scenario. It's a work in progress right here. I'm not talking about my hair, guys. I'm talking about the idea. But Mike, I'm not crazy. I'm not caution tape crazy.
You're crazy. You're absolutely. Listen, I don't know what you've been doing down there with them wrestling shows, with your commentary and who you've been hanging around with, but it sounds like you and Matt Riddle were hanging out or something earlier this morning.
Not Matt Riddle. Come on, man.
You know, you and Matt. Listen, maybe Rob Van Dam was there too,
Bro.
And I think you might be somewhere in the clouds right now with us, Mike.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, I get that my idea is one of a kind, but
Hey.
I mean,
Oh,
but
goodness.
once you guys solve this riddle, like it'll be so great. It'll be so
Bianca,
great.
as I'm going to agree with our boy Sean over here, Bianca is never turning heel. She is the face of the women's division. That is a face right there. That is your women's John Cena. She's not turning heel. Unless she goes on a retirement tour and wants to ruin wrestling and joins up with The Rock and Travis Scott.
Yeah, exactly.
Bianca's not heel. I don't think she would cost a match for Aunt Naomi. I could see her running the tag team back with Jade more than feuding with Naomi, especially since Jade did not win the title.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did get robbed of like a Bianca and Jade match. Like, I feel like that's the dream match we need to see.
Yeah.
That's coming down.
Yeah, you're right.
But for now, Jade Cargill's a heel, or Jade Cargill's a face, so you gotta turn one of them heel. So,
Jade operates better as a heel. We know that from AEW.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
But you know who operates really well as a heel? So much so that when he pulls his mask off in Mexico, he's getting cheered. We got Mysterio unmasking in Mexico, but it was Dom, Daddy Dom, if you will, against AJ Styles tonight for the Intercontinental Championship. And this is interesting because Dominic Mysterio is going to make history. 20 years after his first SummerSlam appearance, he's defending the Intercontinental Championship. And this is the first time ever this has happened in history. Like, this is crazy, guys. So we were comparing Seth's performance in 2015 versus Seth's performance in 2025. So I'm going to ask you guys, what's going to be the better performance for Dominic Mysterio? What's going to be the most memorable? The custody of Dominic ladder match from SummerSlam 2005 and his performance, all the facial expressions, the shaking of the ladder, or do you think it's going to be a phenomenal match against the one and only AJ Styles? Mike, with our production value, is top notch.
Through the roof, baby.
Oh,
Through the roof.
On many different levels.
okay.
You get an A for that. You get an A.
That was
I
what's
come
up.
prepared.
I love it.
Mike, what do you think Dom will be remembered for now in the future after tonight?
Dom's going to be remembered for having one hell of an Intercontinental Championship match against the hands down one of the greatest of all time, greatest of this generation, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, and he's going to successfully retain his Intercontinental Championship tonight. He's going to be remembered more for just this. 2005, 20 years later, he'll be remembered for holding that title up right there in the middle of New Jersey as the champ.
And Toby said Dom's the best thing they got going. Sean, I have to agree with Toby.
Dom is, and he's going to win that title. You know, bad as I'm an AJ guy, much as I want to see AJ win, Dom's just on a great run right now as a heel champ. He's doing everything he needs to do. And I don't want AJ to win this one because I tell you, you know, I say it every time on WOD or whenever I'm on the nightcap. I want AJ's last title in WWE to be going back, win the TNA title, taking it back to TNA, and beating Trick Williams for it. So I think this will be a waste of it right here, letting him win this one right now.
And we got Roughshod Stalks joining us. Good evening to you, my friend. We're on the SummerSlam kickoff right now, as we're about less than an hour and a half from night 2 of SummerSlam. It's going to be an absolutely incredible event. And Derek was on the kickoff with us yesterday, and we ain't get to talk about Dom and AJ. But do you think Dom's performance tonight is going to overshadow what he did 20 years ago?
Well, that's a good one. I think the one from 20 years ago was still going to be, you know, embedded in the brains of those who remember the match. But I think tonight, the way things going with him, he is definitely going to be on a great run as an IC champion, and of course he's going to go to AAA and probably going to be the mega champion as he goes up against Val Kingo soon. So the way things going, if it happens, that's going to top what happened in 20 years ago when he beats Val Kingo and be a double champion.
Double champ Dom, baby.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. We just found out that Dominic Mysterio is not competing tonight. Dominic Mysterio is not defending his Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. It is Tom and Nick who will be taking the place of Dominic Mysterio.
You had me, dude. I thought Dom I thought we had a serious thing here. What a schmuck.
We got Tom and Nick.
Man. I thought we were getting ready to get a Joe Hendry on SummerSlam.
I fell for it.
I fell for it.
Get out of here today.
I was getting Joe Hendry now, man. I was getting ready to text the kids. Joe Hendry's going to be up there tonight. Go watch TV.
There you go.
So my bad. I did want to ask Owen because, you know, he doxed his age a little bit ago. 2005, you probably weren't watching live like me. But like obviously you hear the memes, you hear, you know, the custody of Dominic ladder match. I don't know if you've ever went back and watched it. But how do you feel like Dom could really elevate his legacy tonight?
Well, yeah, like you said, 2005 was actually when I was born, so obviously a long time ago.
Man.
Oh my God.
But
Man.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go the opposite way and say Dominic Mysterio is gonna be remembered for losing his title to AJ Styles tonight, because I said this yesterday, Finn Balor is going to turn on Dominic tonight, and if it doesn't happen, that's my hot take for tonight. Is Finn Balor turns on Dom and Dom loses. So I'll stand with
We better timestamp this one. We better write down the timestamp. This man last night, he nailed it last night. All right, nailed it last night.
He did.
Well, so
and now he's trying to nail it night 2. This guy could be 2-0 on the weekend on hot takes. And if he is, you got to give some love to the young up and comer in the wrestling industry here. Big O Dog up in here.
I mean, to be fair,
Owen. Awesome.
Owen said it last night. Owen just said it now. But nothing counts until our official predictions at the end of the stream tonight. So he still has a chance to, think it over, mull it over, and we'll do rapid fire picks at the end. But Shannon, you and I have laughed so many times over this Dominic custody ladder match. Do you feel like Dominic Mysterio is kind of still living in the shadow of that ladder match, and now he could be remembered as somebody who can go, and we know AJ Styles makes everybody look good. Is that what's going to happen tonight?
First of all, shout out to Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace. One of my favorite competitors that I got to watch, and that was when Owen here was a twinkle in his father's eye. Go back and watch the WCW Cruiserweight Wrestling.
Yes,
Go
sir.
watch Eddie Guerrero at his finest. But in this match, and then Owen's got to be the one that's got to throw the wild card in there because, man, I mean, last year I said this on the SummerSlam post on the post game last year. Bullet Club, foot for life. I said that last year when Finn turned on Damian Priest, and here we go again. A year later, another domino could fall. As much as I don't want AJ Styles to win this title, I don't want him to win it because I'm with Sean. I want him to go back and be Mr. TNA one more again before he sits it down. But also, too, I want Dom to still be the heel of all heels right now. And I think that, you know what, Roughshot, I think so, too, because this is the litmus test for Dom. Because, again, he's wrestling a legend. AJ's a legend. AJ wrestled all over the world. AJ led the Bullet Club also, too. So I had to add that in there, too. But this is the litmus test for Dom. He's wrestling some world-class guys to make himself a legit heel, a legit competitor. But as far as living in the shadow of 2005, I don't think so. But still, the words "I am your poppy" will still ring in my head for years and years and years because of that storyline.
Yeah.
Because that was a hell of a storyline. It was fun. But then again, it was still a banger of a match there with Ray and Eddie doing it at their finest. Great match, but still, Dom is being a legit competitor. He'll win the title tonight, but I'm kind of leaning on Owen a little bit. This Finn Balor turning on his guys yet again and breaking up the Judgment Day is seeming like it might be a year thing.
Yeah. And we dove deep into Judgment Day and splitting them off in their own perspective ways. But guys, I gotta bring this up because we've just been nostalgic today. We've been nostalgic with Seth Rollins cash in. We've been nostalgic with Dominic Mysterio in that ladder match. But we do have an actual ladder match. Well, there's going to be chairs. There too, like people are going to be sitting on the chairs, and there's an announce table, but there might be some extra weapons and extra furniture at their disposal. And one of my favorite matches ever are the TLC ladder matches, tag matches with the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, and we've seen it try to be duplicated. But it never gets to that exact point. We had a really good one on Friday Night SmackDown, the SmackDown after WrestleMania this year that Street Profits won. But for some reason, WWE has decided we have these teams at our disposal. Why not just use them all? Like,
throw them in there.
Hear me out. We got the Wyatt Six, okay? So we're just trusting 2 of the Wyatt Six people show up and actually are involved. Okay? We're not even including the entire group. We got the team that I mentioned, the Street Profits, who won the TLC match earlier this year. We have the Motor City Machine Guns, formerly of TNA. We have Fraxium, who set NXT ablaze the last couple years. We have DIY, whose NXT feud set ablaze for a while. And then why not? Let's just throw in Andrade and Ray Phoenix to pour a little salt in the wound for AEW letting them go. I mean, we have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. We have but 6 tag teams. We have the Jordan number of tag teams with this TLC match. And with Michael Jordan being the unanimous GOAT of the NBA, I'm going to ask you guys, does 6 make it better than 3? Does 6 make this possibly the greatest TLC match of all time, or just so chaotic that you're not going to be able to keep up? Shannon, where are we on the super chaotic, way too much, should have shrunk it down to, the more the merrier?
You know, I don't want to be the grumpy old fan of the group. I really don't. But man, this is what you call a hodgepodge. This is throwing it up against the wall and seeing if it sticks. That just tells you right there that my era is better than yours.
Yes.
Yeah, I put 6 in there. We had 2 guys, maybe 3 teams, and they made it great. And now it's like, what are we going to do? You know what? Throw them all in there. See what happens. I like these teams, though. I do like these teams. I mean, I love Raxie. I love them. Those guys are great. I even like Andrade and Ray Phoenix together. I like it. These teams do make sense. So it's not like you're just throwing a bunch of guys in there and saying, hey, guys, have a good one. You're not doing that. You're throwing guys in there that actually can put on matches, know what they're doing, are fun to watch. So this has an opportunity to be one of the greatest TLC matches of all time. Will it be? Nah. But it's not far off. With everything that's going on with these 6 teams, it's not far off. I do think the White Six is going to get involved. All of them. Every last one of them. Bray might even show up. Who knows? But I think this will be fun. This will be a fun match. I don't think they're going to look for like the greatest match of all time, but I think it'll be fun.
Mike, I'm going to let you take that one. Next.
Hot takes for podcast Smitty. That was certainly a hit.
It's quick too.
Yeah. TLC, man. I love me a good TLC match. It's been a while since we've had a really rock solid TLC match. The fact that we get to see 12 dudes, 12 of what you could argue as 12 of some of the best wrestlers in pro wrestling right now. You know, obviously we know how damn good Andrade is, Ray Phoenix, Montez, Dogs, Frazier, Axie, and the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, you know, and of course Loomis and Gacy, who, you know, are established, right? You know, they've been in wrestling for a while. You know, I guess you could consider them somewhat up-and-comers with this, you know, Wyatt Six faction. But man, I'm excited for this. I would say out of everything this weekend, there's a lot to be excited for. But for me, and I love me some John Cena and Cody Rhodes and the women, this is number 1 on my list the whole weekend. This has been in the back of my mind since it was announced. I can't wait for this. I've given you 3 different picks throughout my prediction videos. I'm gonna say that the Wyatt Six retain these titles. I think the Wyatt Six are gonna do it.
Well, while we hold off the predictions to the very end, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys, of these 6 teams, let's take one of them out. What tag team, if you had the pin, okay, if you had the pin. Also, Derek, thanks for overnighting this pin back. I really appreciate that. When I threw it to you last night, I appreciate it because I needed this exact pin. I didn't need any of these. I needed this exact pin to make sure that we had it. But you guys have one team to eliminate from this ladder match. Okay? And the rule of this is you can't eliminate a team out of this match that somebody has already mentioned. Okay? So, if you say a team that somebody else did, I'm going to make you pick again. Okay? And so, Sean, of these 6 teams of the Wyatt 6, DIY, Fraxium, Mercy Machine Guns, Street Profits, and Andrade and Ray Phoenix, which of these teams are you're like, they shouldn't be in this match?
Easy for me. Andrade and Ray Phoenix. If you're not going to give me the Lucha Bros, I don't want to watch it. Take Andrade and Ray Phoenix out.
Wow. Yeah.
Leaving Ray Phoenix out of a ladder match is criminal, though.
But if you're not going to do it with the Lucha Bros, I don't want to watch it.
Owen, what team would you take out?
Take out DIY.
Okay, he's taking out DIY. Why?
I don't know. I'm honestly not a huge fan of DIY, so this might be personal bias, but yeah, I don't really have a reason.
Who is getting a phone call right now?
Oh boy.
Not me. Somebody's more popular than I.
There you go.
Derek, who you taking out?
Oh man. I'm gonna take out the Street Profits. Mainly because they've been champions before. And I think their run was really, really good. And they really have nothing to prove because they won the last ladder match. So what good are there to do another ladder match if they already won previously? So that's my thought.
Okay. Shannon. Okay. You're left with the Mercy, Machine Guns, Praxium, and White 6.
Take the champs out, make it a number 1 contender match.
You're taking the White 6 out.
Take the champs out and make it a number 1 contender match.
All right. Mike, you got to choose. You got to choose.
I mean, dude,
between
that's so.
Praxium and the Mercy Machine Guns.
That's so cold, bro. That's so cold because the Motor City Machine Gun are incredible. But I'll say Fraxium, just because they're new to the main roster. They shouldn't even. There's other teams that you could put in here that have been on the SmackDown Tag Team division for longer that you can make an argument for that could deserve a spot here in this match, like the Los Garzas. Could make that argument. So I guess I'll go Fraxium just because I can't bear to witness at Motor City Machine Guns not be in this match at all.
Well, if you guys notice, we had 6 people on the panel. We had 6 tag teams. So the one and lone tag team left. And this is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. It might be your tag team champions at the end of the night, Mercy Machine Guns. See, that's called, I don't know if it's called cohesion, teamwork, or communism, but we did one. We did one of the 3.
Oh man.
I'm putting this in back because
That was good.
I got really upset about some of the comments. What cheese you eating that's like red? Like that's gross.
It's a thing they talk about on his show, I'm pretty sure, right, Sean?
Yes, sir. We pledge allegiance to the Dakota Cornet and his fearless leader.
Dakota Cornet.
It is a cult.
I'm a Jim guy.
You guys can join the cult of Boom Broadcasting here.
Oh, there you go.
Subscribe.
Well, it's definitely not a cult of personality type of day.
Obviously not.
The people don't want to see me get a chop live on the watch along. We're at 295. 295.
Hey.
5 away.
You lost this.
Got 5 all up.
People are.
We're gonna get there.
I gained a subscriber, you dope. You said
you're right.
No, you.
Oh, right. Okay.
He can count
You're
to
gonna get
6,
5
but he
moves.
can't subtract
Tell
1.
you.
This guy. Come on now.
How many hours? What, 2
For
hours?
some
what?
reason,
2
I was
hours?
like thinking like 296, and then I was like, oh wow, Mike must have like went to his
We got
channel
like
and
2
like
hours, right?
unsubbed from his bot account and was like, I'm not getting shot tonight.
Right.
We got like 2 hours, right?
That's
Don't
crazy.
We got 2 hours. Like 2 hours. Like the show be about 2 hours, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure we
yeah,
get 6
yeah.
people
We
2
still
hours.
got,
Yeah.
we still got an hour before the actual summer.
got an hour.
Off. Yeah, we got plenty of
Yep.
yapping to get along too.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
we gonna find a way to get 5.
Oh, yeah.
5 and 2 hours.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Then the missus gets to finally live out her dreams of smacking me one time. You know, just giving me a good old-
So let me pose a question to you guys, because I mean the Wyatt Six are champions right now, and there's this huge 6-team TLC match, and you know we did our little Survivor game and seeing the Mercy Machine Guns come out at the end, but do you think that it would do better for the Wyatt Six to lose the titles tonight because they're not going to have the opportunity to be pinned and look weaker? Or do you think it's better to let their reign go beyond tonight in a way that their title run isn't cut short? Mike, you're the big Wyatt Six guy along with me. Without
Listen,
giving a spoiler.
I'm marked forever. Okay, do you see this? Let me in on my arm for life.
Yo.
For life. All right, I'm committed to the Wyatts and the Wyatt Six and Bray. I think I would like to see if to pose an answer to your well articulated question, Prez. If we are taking the titles off of the Wyatt Six, tonight is the best opportunity to do it, where we don't have to have them pinned, submitted, etc., and have them lose clean in the middle of the ring, rather than be taken out of this element and have the opportunity for a team to grab the titles at an opportune time where they don't look as weak in this kind of storyline, because you can't make spooky characters look weak when you held them off TV for months, and you got to figure out a way to keep them afloat with whatever divisions you're going to keep them in. Plus, I still don't understand why they even wanted the tag belts. We never addressed that. Why did they want the tag titles? Now, in one of those freaky little videos, and I love the Wyatts and I love everything they do here, not in any of those little freaky VCR video packages have they said why Uncle Howdy wanted to chase the gold. Did they say because of he wants to pay tribute to the Wyatt family of the past and give them, you know, to the spirit of his brother, things like that? I don't remember 100%. So if they're going to take him off, this is the best time to do it.
Derek, do you agree that it would help keep them strong if they lost the titles in a TLC match versus getting pinned?
I think, like I said, Mike said it very, very well. I think this is the best time for them to lose, because really, they don't really need the tag team titles to be so relevant to where they are right now, especially in storyline wise. So they might be brewing up something very major in the next go round and what they're doing. So that's kind of how I see it. So I'm kind of piggybacking what Mike is saying.
Sean, you going to piggyback too?
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You know, that's why you have these ladder matches, triple threats, fatal four ways. If you want to protect your champion, don't have him get pinned. These are the type of matches you can do where somebody else can take the fall, or for the ladder match, somebody else can grab the belts. You can just say this wasn't their strength. But a few months later, put them back in a match. They steamroll somebody. This is their strength. So, yeah, I agree both with Derek and Mike on that one.
Owen?
Yeah, I do agree. Having them lose tonight is the smart decision. And, you know, this might be like the hottest take I could make. I make a lot of them, but I think they put the titles on the Wyatt Six.
Let them cook.
I think they put the titles on them because they were becoming a little bit irrelevant, and giving them the titles makes them relevant again. So I think tonight's a smart decision to have them lose the titles where they won't get pinned and it won't make them look weak.
Okay. Shannon, do you think it's going to do better for them to hold the titles beyond tonight and get pinned, or lose the titles tonight as another team grabs them from the ring?
If Trips wanted them to keep the title, he would have never put them in a match like this with all these teams with an opportunity to win this match. You don't do that with your long-term champion. You don't do that. You do that to get another team an opportunity to hold that title. Eventually, the long holder of that title in a match like this. You don't put your champs in a match with significant risks such as this. So this is a good time for them to drop the titles without them looking weak, and it's a good chance for the holder of that title to also have a longer reign after winning a match like this.
Okay. Yeah. And Rick 8-Bit joined us. No way Whites lose. They have a Halloween Horror Night house.
Oh, yeah.
This is true.
Okay.
Trying to get to that one, man.
We appreciate Rick 8-Bit and everybody else joining us right now. We got Dommy Feds in the building. We got Toby. We got Roughshod Stalks. Sean's double tasking. We got Liz. We got Jason. We got Steve. We got Tongaloa's tribal chief. We got.
I'm not gonna lie. That comment did crack me up. You didn't show it, but it did make me chuckle to the person pretending to be Tongaloa.
It's the Tongaloa's tribal chief.
Tribal chief. I mean, that did make me chuckle.
Now,
he did in fact say that exact sentence in a promo in that comment. Did he not say that in a promo? I
can't remember.
I swear he did.
But what I will say is Tongaloa's real tribal chief is actually defending his United States Championship tonight inside a steel cage against Jacob Fatu. Now, for some reason, I feel like this might be a hot take, but when I look at some of the bloodline stories, everything we've gotten for the last several years, 5 years. I mean, this really started 5 years ago. We have gotten some incredible promos. We've gotten some incredible stories. But when you get to the match itself, usually Bloodline versus Bloodline doesn't hit as well as we think it does. We did have Roman and Solo versus the Usos. That was great. But Jimmy and Jay left some to be desired. Roman and Jay in Tribal Combat, there was a lot of people who were disappointed in that one. But now we have Solo and Jacob. But then you add the extra element of a steel cage. I don't want to call this the Temu version of the Bloodline story. But when you don't have Roman and the Usos like generational talents, and obviously like I have high hopes for Solo. Jacob Fatu is quickly ascending. Do you guys feel like we could look back on this steel cage match and be like, we could have done without it? Like, where's your bar in terms of your expectations for this? And I'll start with Sean.
Well, this one right here, Mike, you know, the best bloodline ones you said versus Roman and Solo. After all the other bloodline versus each other matches, they were stinkers. But sadly, I think this one right here will sneak in as a strong number 2 behind that one. You bring in Jacob Fatu. And Solo, to me, has gotten better the more he's been on the mic, the more he's been in the ring. And Jacob Fatu, just like AJ Styles, he can make anybody look good. I think this will be one of the ones that maybe 5 years down the road, when we look at those bloodline matches, we say this was one we didn't expect to rank as high as it would. Because I'm going to put it as a number 2 behind the Roman and Solo versus the Usos match. I think this is going to oversell tonight and really leave us saying, wait, they brought it.
Owen, you look conflicted after what Sean just said.
I mean, I think any match that includes Jacob Fatu is going to be a really good match. Do I think it's going to be in the top matches? Like, of the Bloodline series, I guess you can say, we've had so far. I don't really know. I mean, I like Jacob in the ring. I like Solo, but I don't think. I think it has to happen, but like you said, I don't think they have to like remove it necessarily. So,
Shannon, how are you feeling about this match?
I like the setup of this match right here. I do. As far as the match that goes down in history, or the match that we overlook, listen, with the way that Solo is being on this title reign, that dude's hilarious. That dude is funny. Lord have mercy. I think, and a lot of people got to give Solo a lot of credit, because there was thoughts of, can he do it? Will he do it? I think he's doing a good job, and he's doing it in his own way. And I like that. He's not trying to be like Roman. He's not trying to be like anyone else. He's being himself, and it's working. And then, of course, you've got Jacob, who is just a flat-out talent, can go in the ring. I think it's great. You've got both of those dynamics there. I think it's going to be a solid 3 on the matches. I think they're going to be a solid 3. I think these guys have an opportunity to make this show even better for night 2. I think they're snoozing on them a little bit. I think that they'll do a good job. So don't think this match is what we think it is.
Derek, I could totally see a scenario where, Jacob Fatu just launches Batista style into the steel cage, and it just topples over the rest of the bloodline. But Derek, I feel like there's got to be a moment like that makes this cage match stand out. Am I just being overly critical of this?
No, I don't think you're overly critical. I mean, this has the potential to be probably one of the matches of the SummerSlam events of the 2 nights. So you have, of course, Jacob Fatu. Ever since he came out the gate, he's been on a roll, and I believe that Solo has been doing a much better work since he departed from NXT, and plus he has his promo works. He's been doing exceptionally well in his promos. I mean, he makes you believe who he is. And with those two tonight being a title match in the steel cage, I mean, granted, it's probably not going to be one of the best bloodline type matches or anything like that, but it has the potential to be a sleeper. Definitely one of the one's going to be slept on, but it's going to be surprisingly good. So I would say it's going to be great matchup for tonight, and probably has the potential to be one of the matches of SummerSlam this year.
Okay. What does our People's Champion think with the United States title? And I just want to point out the New York Yankee side plate. Bro, I've seen those with the WWE title. I haven't seen one with the mid-card title.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, because the Yankees suck and they can't power through for a World Series. So they get relegated to the mid-card title. Bunch of bums.
Don't you feel bad? Don't you feel bad? My Braves are not doing too good either.
Yeah. I'm a Braves fan too there, Derek, so I get it.
Man. Yeah, man.
Listen,
And Rick 8-bit.
Red Sox aren't doing that bad.
Man. Yeah, the Red Sox are doing pretty solid right now.
Okay.
Rangers are like trying to get in the wild card and be afloat there. But Rick 8-bit, Mike, you brought up this 4 sides terminology, the margarita match. And Rick 8-bit predicts either the Becky match, which we'll talk about here in a few moments, or this steel cage match is going to be the margarita match. Mike, I don't know if there's a margarita match on this night.
I don't think there is a margarita match tonight. I'll be real. If I was live and I had to use the facilities, if I had to use the restroom, I'd probably just hold it for the entire show, because none of these matches tonight are matches, especially if I paid the price of admission that you're paying right now for SummerSlam. I would hold it, man. I'd hold it. You know, no Dwayne Johnson, you know, bottles, none of that.
There you go.
I'd hold it. I'd hold it for the entire show because I wouldn't want to miss any of these matches.
I wouldn't want to miss it either. Mike, do you believe this steel cage match is going to deliver?
I think it's going to deliver. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with Solo and Jacob here. Solo can wrestle. Lest we not forget, Solo can actually wrestle.
He can wrestle. He can.
And Jacob is also a very good wrestler. And believe it or not, Solo has some good experience at steel cage matches.
Okay.
This is another steel cage match for Solo. He had one against Cody Rhodes. So he's got 2 steel cage matches under his belt as opposed to Jacob Fatu, who has never wrestled in a steel cage match. So you have to maybe think that element kind of comes into play here where Solo kind of knows how it works and might have the advantage here in his own element.
And Drew Code Sports Talk. So Cody, what up? Appreciate all you do, and you wouldn't want me to say everything you do, but your work is appreciated, and Boom wouldn't be operating as efficiently as it has been without you and your help. Because me and Mike have done a lot of the back work and all that stuff, and then when I got busy with a job, Cody's kind of helped out and stepped up, and so we appreciate you big time because we all don't do podcasting full time. We try to put food on the table. We try to make sure we eat while we talk about people who are cooking. And SummerSlam is cooking this weekend. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. And appreciate everybody who helps make it come together, whether it's behind the scenes stuff that Cody and Mike do. Mike did a lot of the stuff, getting the streams prepared for the weekend. Between Sean and Shannon with their shows on Boom, between Derek and Owen are like, hey, yeah, I'll come on and we'll yap about the graps along with you. To everybody in the comments who are just taking time out of their day to, watch us and be entertained. And we hope this is entertaining for you guys. So I've been just throwing out some weird random questions over the last hour and a half or so. But if you had to have a bloodline member be brought in at SummerSlam, is there anybody available, and do you bring them in? I know Zilla Fatu is, floating out there somewhere. We haven't seen Tama Tonga due to injury. Yes or no? Do you see some bloodline member coming back or debuting tonight? Owen?
I think the realistic one would probably be Tama Tonga, whether he's with Jacob or he's with Solo. I think if we do see Tama Tonga, though, he will be with Jacob.
Shannon?
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. He might come in there. You never know. He just might. We're waiting for a heel turn. We're waiting on it.
A Jey Uso heel turn?
We're waiting on it. We're waiting on it. I doubt it'll be tonight. But it's wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's wishful thinking.
I guess when fans stop yeeting, then Jay might go heel, but I don't see that happening.
All right.
No yeet there. I feel like you guys hated me on Bianca Belair turning tonight. Jey Uso.
Jay got a better chance to turn the heel than she does.
No.
I think
Jay is the moneymaker, man. They ain't turning Jay heel. When those little kids come out that
not at all.
How are you going to sell those armbands?
Yeah,
Hey,
it ain't happening.
Nah, I'm ruffling your feathers, man. I doubt that's going to happen. I doubt it.
Toby's
It's
saying
Tama
Jerry
coming back
Fatu,
tonight.
but he's a deathmatch
Tama
guy.
coming
Still is really green. So
Did
Mike,
you guys see Rikishi's rant about Zilla
Yes.
showing up at Slammiversary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Why are you wearing face paint? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about here, Rikishi? My man has some really bad CTE. I'm convinced because
Nah, he's like
lest
that
we
dad.
forget
Mhm.
how many Samoans have worn face paint in his own family.
His son.
Um,
His
his
father,
son-
his father
his
wore,
father-
wore face paint. Umaga wore face paint.
Right.
and Zilla over here is with Jeff Hardy, the his one of his father's good friends, and decides to wear face paint, to honor that legacy and that. And I'm like, come on, Rikishi. I love when I see the clips of Rikishi because I just listen to it and I'm like, at least I don't sound as crazy as him. And he's actually in the
Yeah.
industry. You know what I mean?
Good call. Yep.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
me.
Rikishi,
No,
he
no,
sounds
no.
like that mad dad that is like mad because he can't wrestle anymore and he's living through his sons now.
Yeah.
So that's what he sounds
Yeah.
like to me though. When he said that, that's what he sounds like.
Sounds jealous. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That.
So this is why we do these live streams, because you guys can help us curate the conversation. Toby bringing up Karrion Kross and Scarlett bowing to the crowd last night. We talked last night, when it was me, Mike, Derek, and Owen about, is Karrion Kross staying? Is he signed? But I didn't get Sean and Shannon's perspective on this. Sean, do you think Karrion Kross is staying with WWE?
No, last night kind of sold it to me. I'm a big Karrion guy. I like Karrion a whole lot. But when you saw at the end of the match, after he took the pin, he was reaching up to Sammy, and you can pretty much see that just telling Sammy, thank you for giving me this match at SummerSlam. He's on his way out the door. I hope wherever he goes, they really see the potential that Karrion and Scarlett have. This guy is somebody you could have kept on the main roster, made him your world heavyweight champion, and had a great heel run with him, who could get over with the crowd but still be a heel. So, yeah, he's on the way out the door, and I'm hope wherever he goes next, they see the potential because WWE dropped the ball on it from where he was at in NXT.
Sure did. Sure did.
Well, Shannon, this is where I'm kind of confused because, yeah, you do give him a SummerSlam match. You start to see the fans and, really getting behind Karrion Kross. And the last time that WWE let go somebody the fans were behind, he came back like a week later. It was R-Truth or Ron the Truth Killings, whatever he wants to be called now. But they also were promoting his book yesterday. So, Shannon, I don't know why they would, just be pushing, promoting this guy just to let him go. That doesn't make sense to me.
I think Karrion Kross will be back. I think that he will be. I hate seeing that. As much as, I think that they have dropped the ball with Karrion Kross, giving him giving him a lot of FaceTime doing promos instead of FaceTime in the ring. Even though he's great at what he does, Karrion Kross good. He's great on the microphone. But it just seems like, when he got to the main roster that they didn't put him in the right matches. I think it's misplacement on their half. I think they're probably going to let Karrion Kross, they're going to back up and punt and be like, okay, what can we do with this guy? I don't think they're done with him, or at least a part of me doesn't want them to be done because he has grown on me. I didn't think that Karrion Kross did well coming in. I didn't think he did because of the misplacement, not because he's a bad talent. It's just because he's been misplaced in a lot of things. Sometimes you can't help you're a bust. If you're going in other sports, you can't help you're a bust. Sometimes they just don't use you right. Sometimes you just don't fit the scheme. It's not like he's bad, but they didn't put him in the right places, mismanagement. So I think they're going to back up and punt. And after that, you'll see Karrion Kross later on after they negotiate his deal.
And Toby's saying Kross is the Young Bucks right now. He's a DIY guy.
Oh my gosh!
I say this about Kross. The night he was scheduled to debut in Virginia, you watched WOD, you heard me say it on that early on Saturday. But he was scheduled to debut in Virginia. They leaked out. I drove 3 hours to go watch because I was a Kross guy. And he came out with that shield and that mask on, and they not booed Kross. They booed the producers for doing that. Out of Norfolk, Virginia, the crowd just booed everything. And you can see that he was telling everybody, I'm sorry. This is what they gave me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Rick 8-Bit bringing up, here's what they're going to do. They're going to let him do book signings, and then he'll come back later in the year. Look at what they did with Becky. And Becky is back, and she is your women's Intercontinental Champion.
Well, time out a sec before you segue here. Time out. I do want to get
such a natural segue.
It was such a natural segue, and I'm going to be the pain in the ass here. I don't think Cross is done. I don't think Cross is done after last night. I really don't think so. I think Cross re-signed quietly. You mentioned it. The only reason I have to believe that is because they promoted that book. That's the only reason I believe that he's still with them.
Okay.
That's my only thought process. All right, now you can segue away.
Okay. Owen, any thoughts on Cross?
No.
That was very.
That's it.
That's it. Short to the point.
No.
Short to the point.
I like the conciseness. Hey, and Toby's negative. Hey, Toby may be right. Who knows? Especially with the bow at the end. But yeah, maybe they do something with Becky. He gets time away. They can repackage him. There's so many different ways WWE can go about this because, Karrion Kross. I mean, I lost the segue. Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, in a no DQ, no count out match. And everybody was so frustrated when I was saying, hey, guys, as a matter of fact, Becky Lynch would be a great women's Intercontinental Champion. Elevate this title lineage when you can early on. And everybody's like, no, Lyra just got it. She needs to be the champion. Becky doesn't need the... Well, Becky's elevating this because now instead of it just being on the Monday Night Raw before or after SummerSlam, this is getting a premium live event match. No DQ, no count out. Becky and Lyra, their careers are always going to be tied together just based off their Irish roots. And guys, I'm excited for it. But I'm going to ask you guys, Becky Lynch with this Women's Intercontinental Championship run, I don't think this is just to elevate Lyra and just to give Becky another accolade. I feel like there's a lot more legs on this title run for Becky Lynch. And so I'm going to ask you guys, do you think this title needed Becky Lynch to hold it in the very first place? Derek, what do you think? Did this title need Becky Lynch?
That's a good question. I do believe that yes, Becky should elevate that title. I mean, for Lyra being the first to win, it got the exposure that it needs. But I think with Becky winning the title, it set it to a whole nother stratosphere for that reason, and making it more noticeable and more in line of the prestige of it. So that is putting it in more the forefront more recently. So I think that should be a good thing for Becky to have that title, so that way it gives it more exposure.
Okay. Shannon, do you think this title needed Becky Lynch to elevate it to a premium live event?
I think so. You always have that question when a title comes about. Do you give it, and this is an AEW thing, do you give it the Adam Page or the Chris Jericho route? Because, look at what TNA did with AJ Styles. They put it on AJ Styles. TNA became something with a young champion. And then AEW went the other route and gave it to Chris Jericho, and the title got some prestige on it. So either way, it's one of those things of what do you want out of a title? And, everybody knows the Intercontinental Championship is that title that says you're next. So I know that Lyra Valkyria has had a little bit of growing pains since she's hit the main roster. She's not a bad wrestler. It's just one of those things. Did they shoot you up too quick or did they not? And I think in this case, they shot her up a little too quick. And then they're kind of like, okay, maybe it's best that we give this title to somebody who is seasoned, who can put this title into a different arena. So, of course, of all the people to do it, you put on Becky Lynch. And also, too, look at it. Now Bayley's getting into the title picture for the Intercontinental Championship. So what are we really doing here, guys?
Yeah, and Owen, I feel like, and Christopher Leclerc, bringing up, he has Bailey getting involved. You know exactly what Shannon said about Bailey being in the title picture. Maybe Bailey shows up tonight. And Rick 8-Bit bringing up, I wish this match was going to open SummerSlam. Being a street fight for the Cody and Cena match, it doesn't leave much room to do different spots. That's why I said, like, last night was very tag team heavy. Tonight is very stipulation heavy. There's going to be a little bit of cluster, which I thought they could have separated those a little bit more. But Owen, do you feel like Becky's been a serviceable Intercontinental Champion and has elevated the title, or do you think Lyra could have done it on her own?
Yeah, I think Becky Lynch has definitely elevated it. I mean, she's had an amazing career. The only issue with this title, I feel like, is lately them kind of going. I've liked this feud they've made, but I feel like they're kind of going in circles with the Intercontinental belt, kind of having the same repeat matches, same woman in the matches. So I'm really curious where they go with this title past SummerSlam. But yeah, I definitely do think Becky having the belt was a smart decision to make.
All right, Sean, what about you?
As much as I don't like Becky Lynch no more, she's kind of fallen out of my good graces. But everybody turn around and say, you don't like Becky, but you like Mercedes Moné and Charlotte Flair, who get the same type of treatment as Becky. She has elevated this title. I mean, I cannot sit here and say she has not. Lyra Valkyria, you know, you want somebody fresh to win the title, like Shannon said what AJ did in TNA. But then you want a seasoned veteran to come back and win it. Because, you know, these shows, these mid-card titles are the ones you see on the house shows defended a lot. So you want somebody who can bring butts to seats at house shows by having a Becky or somebody like that wearing the title. So she has gave it some prestige. And it's kind of like what I always say about the Intercontinental title. It's the working man or woman's title. Give it to Becky.
Yep.
And let it work right now. They're following what they were saying when Gunther had it. So it's going the same way.
True.
Mike,
True.
Mike, how do you feel? Because I mean, you were a big fan of Lyra holding the title at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a fan of Lyra, and you know what? If she were to re-win the Intercontinental Championship, I'd be fine with that. I mean, I like Lyra. I think she has a really, she hasn't really scratched the surface yet of her true potential in WWE, and I think that maybe we should have kept her in NXT for just a touch longer. But she's been finding her way here on the main roster now, and you know, Becky has definitely helped her. I think for Lyra, I think they just use Becky too much for her, in my personal opinion. I think you could have done this for Lyra with maybe Bailey or another woman and helped elevate, you know, her and the title and things like that. I mean, Becky has a prestige that she brings to this, which does elevate it naturally, but I just feel like they constantly use Lyra and Becky. It's always Lyra and Becky. It's always Lyra and Becky. It's NXT, now main roster, now, you know, 4 times now. So it's like, hopefully after this, we keep these women apart, you know, for a little bit until, you know, it's necessary. But I do think Bailey's getting involved. I think we're all pretty much in a general consensus on that. I think it's going to be a good match. And I think, I don't know, we'll save the predictions for later, but I don't know. I mean, it's tough, but I think Lyra is fine. I think she's fine.
I think she's fine. And Chris bringing up, if Lyra loses, she can't challenge Becky Lynch as long as Becky still holds the Women's Intercontinental Championship. So I'm thankful for the clarification on that, which makes this a no DQ, no count out. Like, that's probably why, with that added stipulation of like, okay, Lyra, no DQ, no count, no rules. But we already have a street fight, like Rick 8-Bit was saying. So I'm going to pose this question before we move to that street fight main event. And then we'll do rapid fire at the very end. Do you feel like this was the right stipulation for Becky and Lyra tonight? Or would you have preferred a different stipulation for them with Cody and Cena also having a street fight? Derek, what would be your preference for this stipulation?
I will probably say I would rather go for It's kind of the same thing, but I would rather have like either maybe Hell in a Cell or Last Woman Standing between the two.
I could see a last woman standing. Sean?
Yeah, I got to go with Derek. You know, the main event's the street fight. Pretty much Rick 8-Bit said it, and Christopher said it. These matches are going to kind of be just like identical. You can't do so much in one because the other one's going to need that. So anything else could have been better than this right here. You have several other choices you could have chose. So I think they should have just switched it on this one.
Owen, how do you feel about this stipulation?
Honestly, if you want a feud to end, I think with what Derek said, a last woman standing match, I think would officially end this feud for at least now.
Sean or Shannon?
Gotta be the last woman standing match. You know, you want to end this on a high note. You want to end this with who is the decisive winner. You gotta go last woman standing match.
Is that a consensus, Mike?
To finalize this with Becky and Lyra?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess last woman standing would make sense for this. I mean, could we maybe ever get a 3 stages of hell match ever in the history back? Can we get it back? Nah, it'll probably be a last. It'll probably be a last woman standing match. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's pretty good.
Hey, that was a consensus across the board.
Now,
last woman.
I just had an idea. I'm changing mine. Let's go back to the NWA territory days. Loser leaves town match. If Lyra lose, she goes to
Loser leaves.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Sean, I'm gonna raise you a loser leaves town, and the other person has to lose their citizenship. Their home country.
In the
political
landscape, we're taking citizenships away. Good Lord.
Oh gosh.
Not deportation.
The loser has to become an American citizen.
Oh wow.
Relax.
Okay.
Did you read the disclaimer? Did you read the disclaimer? Do I need to read the disclaimer?
I didn't read the disclaimer. Chris bringing up an I Quit match. Being
I Quit,
right
yeah. That's a good one.
But with it not being as final as an I Quit match feels, or as final as a last woman standing match feels, I feel like there is going to be some shenanigans, some tomfoolery, if you will.
Yes.
I think that Bailey gets involved, and again, we'll save our predictions to the very end, because we got to talk about this main event, the street fight. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and guys, I've been wanting to talk about this. This face turn of what people have been saying for a face turn. As by the way, can I just mention how crazy it is? You have the current baby face, Cody Rhodes, sharing a beer with the old baby face, John Cena, very Stone Cold Steve Austin-esque by sharing a beer in the ring. Nobody gets hit with a stunner. But that beer isn't a Steve Weiser. That beer is a real American beer with Hulk Hogan, the original babyface. So I don't know why they decided, hey, let's just mesh all the babyface generations together in one segment. But that's what they did, essentially. But I'm going to go ahead and ask, are you buying John Cena's face turn from Friday SmackDown, or is it all a ploy for what's to come later tonight? Owen, you got the crystal ball, man. Are you buying this or selling this?
I think Cena's pretending, but my quick thing, I think we're gonna see The Rock, but I don't think The Rock's gonna be. I think Cena's gonna think The Rock's with him, but he's not gonna be with him, and The Rock's actually gonna be with Cody. So, yeah, I don't really know at this point. He could be selling. He could be, actually face now, but we'll see what happens.
Sean, are you buying or selling the face turn?
A part of me wants to buy it, but I mean it's WWE, so you gotta sell it. A part of me says that Cena wants to finish his career. I really thought that promo on Friday night. The reason why I'm doing this because I want to take the belt home, so you always remember me. I really think he had everybody eating out the palm of his hands, but it's WWE. It just feels like that's too easy. So yeah, I think something's gonna happen tonight where we go back to I want to ruin wrestling. I fooled you guys, swerved you guys. I'm still the champ. 17 never see.
Mike, you buying or selling as the resident Cena fan?
I'm not buying none of this bullshit. That man has learned how to act from Hollywood and everything else. That man is lying. I'm not buying what this man's selling at all. He's a liar.
Derek?
I'm selling this one. I mean, granted, John Cena, he's an actor. I mean, he's been doing his thing, and he knows how to work the crowd. So he got this big 180 act that had us all believe that he was going to be this big, back to this fact that he has a heart still. But I think it's going to be some shenanigans going to be involved in it as usual WWE PLEs go. So I'm not selling it one bit.
Shannon?
Hell no. He is not. There's no way. Not at all. You mean to tell me we done got used to John Cena being the heel? We're getting used to it. Everybody's getting used to it. I know that everybody is like, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is happening. The new car smell is still there. He's still the heel right here. He's still everyone's heel. He's messing around with Cody. There's going to be a time where they're going to have that moment where John Cena may turn. And it's going to get everybody up here. He's going to get everyone up here. Everyone's going to be like, oh, man, he's going to do it. And then, no, he's going to drop the hammer, and he keeps the title. John Cena's still going to be the heel that everyone despises, that people hate to love. But it's not going to happen. Not at SummerSlam. Not at all.
Okay. And we're having comments come in. Chris bringing up Bianca and Bayley was supposed to have an I Quit match in 21 before Bayley tore her ACL. Rick Abett called me crazy, but I think LA Knight cost Cody.
Ooh.
He's smoking the same earlier with your Bianca heel turn.
And Toby clarifying it's a Flair face turn.
Okay.
So this is what I keep going back and forth on, and I had to write an article about it for Fans First Sports Network a couple of days ago, but I'm still not settled, guys. I don't know if it makes more sense for Cena to hold the WWE Championship for the final 4 months of his career, or if it is making more sense for if Cody is the person getting the title, just go ahead and drop it to Cody now and free Cena up for a program without the title to finish his career. I'm still between those two ideas. Derek, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm with you, Prez. I'm kind of torn between that. Honestly, because Cena said himself that he wants to leave with a championship, and he said it himself. So it's like a catch-22 in this part. It's like you, in the one way, you want Cena to be this champion, number 17, and all that kind of stuff. But in the other route, you feel like he's going to leave with a championship. Do we have to get another championship belt when Cena leaves? We don't know. So that's kind of like how I'm feeling. I'm one with you, Prez, on that.
Shannon?
Man, let him have some more fun with this heel turn right here, man. He's already been doing. He's been outright making everybody hate him, kind of thing. And then he's been the impressionable heel when he pulls that stuff with Cody. I would love to defend this title, but I can't. And all this other stuff. He's doing everything that a heel can do with the time that he's having it. And he's doing a great job. Keep it going, because there's more heelish things that John Cena can do before he gets out of here.
Owen?
Would like to see a potential, I don't know, passing the torch kind of thing where Cody pins Cena and Cody's now the champ who took out Cena, who was a heel for 5 months. So yeah.
Sean?
As much as I want to see Cody win it now, and like Owen just said, pass the torch, I don't want that. I want to see what we got with Cena and Punk, several years ago. Cena leaves with the title. They have a tournament to crown him champ. And Cody, this is the way to they want to bring back that Winged Eagle title. They always reminisce bringing that back. This is how you can bring it back. Have Cody win the tournament, give him the Winged Eagle title he's already in possession of.
Okay.
Wow. It
Mike,
is.
How you feeling about
Brilliant.
this? Sean's always a sucker for Sean's always a sucker for the Winged Eagle title and all the old school championship belts. Mike, how you feeling about it?
How am I feeling about it? The John Cena, Cody Rhodes street fight. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I don't believe that Cena is legit. I don't think he's genuine.
But do you feel like it would be better for him to drop the title to Cody tonight? I mean, we'll get into our official predictions here in a minute, but do you think it's better for him to be freed up from the title, or do you think they just keep it to the very end?
The problem here is that Cody's going to film a movie.
Oh.
Him and Roman are both going to be in that
Street Fighter. The last Street Fighter one?
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Roman's playing, what's his name? I'm not a Street Fighter guy, so
I think Roman.
Yeah.
I think he's playing.
Cody's
He's playing
playing
Akuma.
Gilly, I think.
Oh, he's playing Akuma. Yeah.
He's playing
Roman
Akuma.
That's right.
Cody's playing Guile.
So yeah,
Cody playing Guile.
I don't know what the hell. I mean, Cena. You know who has really good fantasy booking idea that I've kind of bought into recently? Our boy Rick 8-Bit. Rick 8-Bit is predicting that at some point it could happen very well. This might even well tie into our boy O-Dog's prediction of Balor costing Dom the IC title tonight for AJ to win the IC title and set us up for a possible champion versus champion match with AJ Styles as the Intercontinental Champion versus John Cena as the WWE Undisputed Championship. I give full credit to our boy Rick 8-Bit right here. This is his fantasy booking idea, and as we get closer to tonight, and Owen, listen, this is why I love Owen and Over the Top Talk and the boys, because they come up with these. He's got good ideas, and I think that Finn Balor idea has some substance. If you look at the John Cena farewell tour, it's been a hit. It's been the greatest hits of some of his best rivals, So I think next up on that list has to be the former champ that runs the camp, AJ Styles. So I think Cena should keep the title throughout this run. 100%. Yes. I think he should keep the title throughout the run to set up possible crazy dream matches or remixes to past rivalries.
Right.
Yes, but fellas, real quick right here. I don't want to beat this dead horse because it's almost time. But look at what WWE did last year. The story was complete. And we had oh man, it happened. And the crowd got what they wanted. Now you got a year where you can honestly play Party Crash and have a guy that you don't want to have the title, run with it and leave. So you have that opportunity to do it because that happens with year in and year out. You have those times where the heel is going to win it, and then everybody goes home mad, and then you got the face is going to win it, and everyone's happy, and we have that wonderful story. This time around, there ain't no stories to be told except for John Cena's retiring and ruining wrestling, and funny, nana, boo-boo. This is great.
This is great, and you know what else is great? SummerSlam Night 2. It's stacked. We've been talking nearly 2 hours about this entire SummerSlam. And when Mike and I were talking a few days ago, we were like, we could probably do like 4:30, 5:30. And then I was like, well, like maybe I'll just start at 4 and see, like, and maybe give Mike a little bit of a reprieve before his watch along. And now all of a sudden we're like, we're getting close to the time.
Just run a marathon. Mike the marathon streamer over here. I guess that's gonna be my gimmick. I'm gonna just say this: we do have a little bit of a breaking news, possible spoiler for SummerSlam. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say we might potentially see in attendance at SummerSlam possibly one of the greatest teams to ever participate in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. I am going to leave it at that. Much like I have deleted the bots' comments on our stream, I will leave it at that.
I'll have to get my 3D glasses. That totally reeks of awesome. That totally reeks of awesome right there.
Those are like 1D glasses, man. Them are like 1D.
Oh, God.
All right, guys. It is time for our predictions. And sorry, I was missing poor man Brisket earlier. Valkyrie needs a monster. Women's division needs a monster heel. A Walter and Awesome Kong like individual. But what the women's division has is the Women's World Championship being defended by Naomi against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Guys, these are our official final predictions for SummerSlam Night 2. Rapid fire Mike. Who walks away as Women's World Champion?
Proceed with caution, baby. Naomi and still world champ.
Sean.
Hey, we proceeded with caution. Naomi.
Derek.
Oh man, as much as I love Io Sky, I'm going with Naomi to win. Retain.
And don't end this title with a heel run like Naomi's having. Naomi and still Women's World Champion.
Owen.
And proceed with caution, Naomi.
You know what? Just to be a tad bit different, let me go Rhea Ripley. Let me put it back on Rhea Ripley. I'm just going to be the lone wolf. Now Dominic might be a loner. If Judgment Day splits, he defends his Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. Sean, who walks away with one of the most prestigious championships in wrestling history?
That guy that mouthed off with Mike loves to hit with a chair, that no good dirty dog.
Derek.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to. Vin's gonna do his thing, and it's probably gonna be backfire. So I'm going Dom to win.
Dom. All right, Shannon. That's 2 for Dom.
As much as I would like to see what O-Dog is talking about here with AJ Styles getting the title, I got to go with old Dom to win the title right there.
All right, Owen. It looks like your pick is going 0 for 3. You still have time to change it. Are you sticking to your guns?
I will go down with the ship. AJ Styles.
He's going down with the ship.
Because of why?
Nice.
Why? No, you got to say it because we're going to make sure this gets clipped again. Say why AJ Styles is winning. How is he winning, Owen?
AJ Styles is going to win because Finn Balor turns on Dominic Mysterio tonight.
Clip it. Mike,
All right.
do you believe in what Owen's trying to sell you?
Listen, he's a good salesman. He is, in fact, a good salesman, but I am of the belief that we will be getting on August 16 for AAA, which will be live streamed on WWE's YouTube now as well. I believe we will be getting double champ Dirty Dom. So let me go ahead and get the stash ready. Dirty Dom and still Intercontinental Champion.
Okay.
This Dominic Mysterio right here. This
right. Owen, I think it's going to be a lot better if that prediction goes well for you because you're the only person on this panel. I think Dominic really needs to be elevated, and by beating a future Hall of Famer at SummerSlam and AJ Styles by hook or by crook, it's going to elevate him. And then we have a TLC tag team match with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 tag teams. Yes, Mike, I can count
Possibly
to 6.
7. Possibly 7.
Don't add
Possibly
another team to
7.
this. Don't add another team to this. Right now, we have the Wyatt Six as the incumbent champions against DIY, Fraxia, Mercy, Machine Guns, the Street Profits, and the duo of Andrade and Ray Phoenix. Derek, you got 6 teams to choose from. Just throw a name out of the hat. Final prediction. Who are your tag team champions at the end of the night?
Man, I'm gonna throw a curveball on this one, but I'm picking DIY to win the championship.
Okay, Shannon.
That's who I had winning. I'm going with DIY.
Owen.
Give me Ray Phoenix and Andrade.
Ooh, okay. Mike.
Okay.
I'm going to go with, because I've said about 3 different teams during this week, I'm going to say that the Wyatt Six will retain the titles.
All right. You got Wyatt Six retaining. Sean.
You know, this match right here is one of those ones I'm gonna watch it, but I'm just going to wild card. I'm going with the mystery team, number 7. If they let them in, number 7 wins.
Hey.
Take it back to another place.
Sean,
Nice.
we ain't going off a 7th tag team. You're going to pick one of these teams in the 6.
One of the teams is going to get hurt and get themselves out, and that mystery team is going to slide in and take it back to another promotion.
You're
That
not.
promotion
Okay.
means the WWE title on their show.
Oh
They don't have
boy.
no-
John, you're not picking one of these 6 teams.
Nope. One of these teams are going to get injured. That 7 teams is going to slide in. They're going to unify it, take it back to the other promotion because that promotion needs a
Oh boy.
because they do not have
Oh
the
boy. Oh, I
Even
won't.
Mike,
I would not be surprised if that happened.
Clip that one.
I won't be mad at either.
All right.
Wow.
Just so you guys know, these tag team titles are going to be in the hands of the Mercy Machine Guns. Because you start talking about all these other companies, no,
Okay.
Mercy Machine Guns, they're getting established. And
Okay.
Christopher's right. There are only 6 teams. Just
Yeah, they're going to
FYI.
sneak in.
There's only 6 teams.
There you go.
But Sean's just going to get an automatic L. But I mean, Solo Sikoa defended the United States Championship against Jacob Fatu inside of a steel cage. Shannon, who's walking away, not only the tribal guy, but also the man representing the US of A.
4 letters, 1 word. Stop. It's gonna be Solo.
It's going to be stop.
Stop.
Owen, who you got?
Give me Jacob Fatu.
All right, Mike.
Give me I love you, Solo Sikoa.
Is that
That's
Jacob
Solo
Ketchum?
Sikoa, baby. Because I
Solo-
love
Solo-
you, Solo Sikoa.
Mike's like,
Solo's
I'm
winning.
trying to get out of it. I'm trying to get out of
Get
it.
out.
He can be like,
And
I said the
still-
catchphrase meaning for Jacob, or I'm saying I love you
Just
Solo.
gonna leave it up for ambiguous interpretation.
All right, Sean. Don't pick Tamatonga or Tonga
No.
or The Rock.
No,
Man in the
don't pick
Indo-
Tamatonga.
Damn it.
Pick somebody. Solo
As
or
much as
Jacob.
I want my boy Jacob to win, man, Solo's going to retain. We got to see what he can keep doing on this heel run with the title.
All right, he's got Solo winning. Derek.
Man, Jacob Fatu, hey man, he's been doing his thing, but hey, he's only one man, and Solo, he's connected. He got all his men, so hey, you got to go with Solo to retain.
I thought I was going to be solo myself when I was picking Sikoa, but it does help that a lot of people here are picking Solo Sikoa as well to retain the United States Championship. I think even with the steel cage, there is involvement by his family tree. Becky Lynch defending the women's Intercontinental title against Lyra Valkyria. As the comment said, if Lyra fails to get this championship tonight, she can no longer challenge as long as Becky is champion. Owen, what does that mean for your prediction?
Give me Becky Lynch.
He's got Becky retaining. Mike.
Becky.
Sean.
Becky.
Derek.
Seth has the gold, so Becky gonna keep the gold. So kicking Becky.
Shannon.
Got to go with Bix.
All right. I know she's the man, but you know what happens when these unanimous decisions come in. I still can't take I can't take this title off Becky Lynch. Same reason Charlotte and Alexa won last night. You need this title on Becky Lynch as you go and compete against Monday Night Football. But you need to know that your WWE Championship is taken care of. John Cena defends WWE title against Cody Rhodes in a street fight in the main event of the entire weekend. Owen, I'm starting with you this time.
Clip the timestamp. Cody Rhodes wins and walks out with the Rock.
Walks out with the Rock.
Heel turn.
Okay.
Sean.
Man, it's Cena. It's Cena's time still.
Derek, is it Cena's time or is it time for another American Nightmare?
Cena will retain, but I'm going with Owen. It's gonna be a heel turn for Cody to join the Rock.
Shannon?
Cena.
Can't see me.
All right, Mike, let us know before you get into your watch along.
The never
Who's winning?
seen 17 and still WWE champion. I'll see you guys with the misses on the watch along. Bye.
And I have. Oh, he did leave. Rip. He had to get out of here for his.
He had to go. Yeah.
It's okay. But I do have John Cena winning and keeping his WWE Championship because I don't think Cody's going to be the one to get the title at the very end. I think it's going to be somebody else in December at Saturday night's main event if Cena actually does retire. But I don't want to take over Owen's crystal ball. That's been his shtick for the weekend. Guys, we are 3 minutes away from SummerSlam. MCMG established. They will be in there. But they need another title win. Jacob Fatu wins by Christopher. Jacob's got to be free to retire Cena. Chris saying Bailey helps Becky to beat Lyra. And he also says Cody wins. The Doughboy says he hears Brock coming out.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that music. Oh, boy.
I don't know. I don't know about that. He's doing fine on his farm in Minnesota. But, guys, that has been the kickoff show for Boom Broadcasting, partnering with Mouthing Off with Mike. We're very appreciative of Derek and Owen hanging out with us both nights. We're very appreciative of Sean and Shannon for hopping on tonight. It was a fun panel. It was a blast with you guys and everybody in the comments as well. And we're appreciative of Mike for doing Mouthing Off with Mike's watch along with his misses. And we got to end the stream so they can go live. We appreciate you so much. Thank you all for watching us on Boom Broadcasting and Mouthing Off with Mike. We guys will see you back here for the watch along in a couple minutes, and we'll see you next